Hello and thank you for downloading this most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. Before we start the show tonight, we wanted to give everybody a word of warning that each episode produced by Movie Guys Podcast is for a mature audience. You have been warned. Also, all of our reviews are spoiler filled. So if you have not seen the film that we're going to talk about tonight, turn off the show and come back when you're ready to listen. Thank you so much for downloading, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Valor Morgulis, everybody, and welcome to another special episode of Movie Guys Podcast. I am Ed, along here with Eric. And Eric, do you happen to know High Valerian for holy shit?
No. I'm actually very bad. This was a lot to take in. Okay. First initial reaction. Is that you? Are you playing that?
Yeah, I screwed up. Sorry. Go ahead. I can't close it. Sorry.
You just have to mute it, buddy.
Yeah, I was trying too quickly. Sorry.
There's a lot to take in from this episode. First initial reactions was I didn't really enjoy what was happening. This was a fuckfest, I guess, right? I mean, there was everyone was hooking up, and I don't take a lot of this shit seriously much anymore. It's hard to when everybody is kind of doing that. Patrick is just slaying in Winterfell right now,
as he does.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just we're kind of at the pace where we're just let's wrap it up, you know. Like this really does feel like the end of a D&D campaign. Where it's just like, okay, we gotta wrap this up real quick. Let's just okay, this and quick rolls, and they did a lot of teleporting this episode. Holy shit! Like where do we start on this in this episode here, dude? There's so much to unpack.
The only place we can start is the beginning. I mean, you get a Night's Watch funeral for literally the 20,000+ who died. And Jon Snow says the words, other than now their watch has ended. That is obvious for a Night's Watch funeral. And then we get the feast, which was awesome. Yeah. And during the feast, there's a huge moment, not necessarily something that I had predicted, but something that others maybe had. I'd like to get your thoughts on Dany naming Gendry Lord of Storm's End, and takes the title, gives him the title of, Gendry Baratheon, Lord of Storm's End.
I mean, well deserved. Sure, why not?
Sure.
As a power move from Dany right there, just to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna start shouting out orders, and you're all gonna listen because I'm queen. I got it. So you have this moment where she's trying to still play boss. Like she's like, okay, everyone, she's trying to maintain control. But she's reminded time and time throughout this entire thing that the people like one candidate better than the other.
Sure.
I mean, he's a likable guy, you know? I mean, he's a war hero, is what they said, right?
It's true. He is. And, he takes to the hammer just as well as his dad did. And he fought it. He fought very bravely. So then I have a question.
Yeah.
Would Tyrion and Davos had been best friends in another life?
I mean, they definitely seem to be working in sync. This was how do we interpret this episode? Because you have a lot of these people just kind of now toying with this idea of what the hell is going to happen next, because nobody seems to know what's going to happen next. Everyone acknowledges that everything is just up in the air, and they have no idea what's going to happen. And you know what? I appreciated this because there was, whether it be that whole, hookup thing that happened in the beginning of this episode, or this calm and kind of thought process that seems to be happening now. It threw me off when suddenly we get a surprise attack, and one of the dragons is down. So it shifted real quick, and I appreciated that. But again, you're going back to the people playing a Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm. So I should have prefaced the episode. We're assuming everybody has watched it live at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we are live starting at 10:30 as soon as the episode ends. Give it a few minutes. But I really want to say there are really a lot of sluts in Winterfell. I wondered where they all came from. Like literally all of them. Okay, so you've got inside. You know, first off, we see class warfare. Warfare is not the right term, but like
it all
you
came
get
from with HBO, I
the
think.
yeah, the real party's outside, but you get the high class party inside, and you have all these war heroes, but all the wenches. I don't know what are they, just drink wenches? What are, I mean, I hate to use that term. That's obviously a demeaning term, but from that era, I guess realistically, I guess you could call them that. Where have they been?
Something in that water, dude, and I guess in Winterfell. I don't know where they were at, but again, obviously, it wouldn't be HBO without gratuitous sex, basically. At least there wasn't, I mean, any nudity that we got to see. So at least they're trying to hold back on that. I think they realize how big their audience is.
Yeah, they've switched over. They've got several dozen million people watching, not just live, but in.
It's just still it threw me off, man. Like it really did. Like it was just like an eye roll of a fucking thing. It really was. I understand how that why maybe it would humanize people a little bit more, but I don't know. It just seems like why would you have all these random hookups? But again, it helped to set like this calm little peaceful celebratory time before you get blindsided by Euron Greyjoy here.
Yeah. Do you want to jump into Euron Greyjoy, or do you want to go on the timeline of the episode?
Well, you have notes, then we'll go on the timeline. Go ahead.
All right. So we get something that we've anticipated for several years now, and that is Jaime and Brienne finally getting it on, which sets the tone for the end of the episode. And like your point, there's no nudity. I mean, I don't blame Gwendolyn or whatever. I think Brienne. I don't blame Brienne for not doing those things. I mean, she's kind of a classically trained actress. She can't do that for her reputation. And then Dany and Jon start to go at it a little bit, and she begs him for the first time in her life. She says, "Please don't tell anybody." And to her, what is happening is normal, and he realizes as he's getting a boner that he shouldn't he should not be doing what he's doing, because that's his aunt.
What a guy, you know. I mean,
yeah,
to hold back like that, but that's a pretty good move too, because he's not completely being submissive to this, you know, this whole idea. So I mean, it's like that's simple. There's something that's always going to be there. That will always be the wedge in their relationship, no matter what. And they're just starting to realize that no matter what, this wedge will always be there, and that might be the downfall. Start of the end, right there.
And almost immediately after Dany begs Jon not to do so, he spills the beans, and he begs his sisters and makes them swear not to tell a soul. And Bran sort of at the moment is like, well, I know what you're about to do, and it's your choice. You have to choose.
Can we just to cut you off right there? Are we all just waiting for like Bran to kick in and fucking like
yeah,
you know, like something's gonna, you know, a lot of hype been built around you, buddy, and you're kind of you're not performing as well as we'd like you to, you know.
It had been
like, you know,
it had been said previous that you can't predict this because they casted these people almost 10 years ago as children, so you can't necessarily determine whether somebody's is or isn't going to be great at playing the part that they're playing. I think Bran.
I'm not saying he's not playing great at the part. He's doing great. I'm saying like whoever the hell is writing this fucking character, like, listen, this firework better have a big old fucking explosion at the end.
Yeah. I mean, it either needs to have what you just said,
his story arc, Bran's story arc, better just something, because if he fizzles out and he's just like, I'm just the backup for the world. I just know everything. People be like, well, like, what the fuck is that worth then, man? Like, it's derailing a little bit, and I think people are still on board just because we wanted to see what it's going to lead to. Say, okay, I don't want to judge first because I want to get the whole package, and then I'll be like, well, why
Mhm.
the hell didn't break that part there? But as of right now, there's more questions than answers, and sometimes it can be a good thing. So I'm hopeful that we'll get that, but there's going to be a lot of questions.
Yeah. So moving on in the episode, Braun, sir, my spirit animal.
Yeah,
Braun
biggest scene
shows
here.
up, and and it's a great scene, and he is his most epic. I think this is the
Yeah.
most epic I've ever seen Braun.
He is
He
not fucking around.
no, and he says, "You made me a promise. Your sister has made me a promise. What are you going to do? How can you make it better?" And in my life is what I do with for a living. I mean, I see this constantly, and this is what people do. I mean, real people do this. Hey, I have this offer. Can you beat it? And
Yep.
I don't blame the guy.
Yeah, I know he's a smart shopper, man. Like Braun
He
knows
really is.
he's number one. He's playing the game too, just like anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
What do they call him? A scoundrel?
He's a scoundrel. But he is what he is. He's always been.
He's winning. Dude.
He's probably
trying to win.
He's probably the most consistent person when it comes to finding a way to survive. And I can't necessarily blame the guy. I mean,
yeah. But this was a
Yeah.
good scene, right? Is that he didn't. We've seen this guy as an ally, as a friend for a lot of these. 'Cause he's grown with these characters. He's helped Jamie, but at the same time, he's also, like he said, he's cleaned up a lot of Lannister shit, and he very much has. And so, for him to be, listen, dude, like I know how you guys fucking work. Play the game. Just to talk to me, and then all right, I'll see you. I'll see what happens.
right. He's again. I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it 1,000 times over from now until I die. Although they say the dead shall never die. Anyway, Braun is my spirit animal, 100%. Anybody who's ever met me knows this, and everybody in the Movie Guys verse, just you can just call me that. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, sure.
Don't at me, but just assume that the things he's done in his life, I've similarly done, just without a sword.
Oh,
Anyway,
cool. You just told everything there, yeah.
So, yeah. So we get to the next part, and we get a lot of goodbyes here in Winterfell. So, John,
yeah, man, that's another thing. It's just like, again, I roll for Ghost, right? I mean, sure, happy to see Ghost alive, but at the same time, you got a bit near and some bad memories, huh? That's it.
yeah, like John. First, we see Ghost, who is missing an ear and has scratches, which I wish we would have seen him. Is it a him? Is Ghost to him or is Ghost to her?
It doesn't matter.
It does. So Ghost fought in the battle, which we assumed was going to happen when we saw him, but we don't see him fight in the last episode, which was kind of disappointing because dude's been through some shit. Like he obviously did, because he's got all these scars and scratches. And John just gives Ghost to Tormund, because Tormund's leaving. Everybody's leaving now.
Yeah.
Samwell's going back home to I forget the name of the.
Do you know? Just real quick. Did you know that there's a theory that Tormund is Lady Mormont's father?
No, I haven't heard this. Please
It's a
explain.
wonderful theory because Bear Island is so close to the north end of the wall, right there, that there's just certain conversations and people just picking apart certain scenes. It's out there somewhere, and obviously those videos could be well better explained than I could even try to,
Sure.
just because they have visual aids and everything else too. But the gist of it is that Tormund was just doing the thing, and then that's just kind of how it happens, doing the wildling thing, and
Well, who wouldn't want to ride a giant's bane?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's suckled at the teat of giants.
So that's an attractive offer, and I'm sure one of the Mormons probably just yeah. So there's a big video behind it, but it's a wonderful theory. I'm sure people can look that up on their own. But that's just it adds a fun theory, which is probably why they reflected a bit more when he burned her at the pyre, right?
Yep, I guess that's a valid point. So we get all these goodbyes, and then the very next scene is on the boat to Dragon's Reach, right? And Tyrion told Varys, of all people, the secret. Because Sansa told, I missed the part. Sansa tells Tyrion,
Power
who
move.
she shouldn't have told.
No. Well,
But she,
that was that was power move. They said that because of her teachings of Littlefinger, right? That she's just like, oh, this information is going to help me. So
yeah, she knows what she's doing, and she tells the Hound, like the Hound says, if you'd have come with me when I asked you to, you wouldn't have had any problems. And she basically says, if I didn't have those other problems, if those other people didn't exist in my life, I wouldn't be who I am today.
yeah,
Right. So then so she tells Tyrion, knowing that Tyrion's going to spill the beans, and Tyrion, of all people, he tells the spider.
Well, yeah, I mean that's how it travels. But Varys already knew apparently. I guess he kind of connected the dots too, or maybe he just Tyrion's just kind of made it official. Made his suspicions of.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, in the words
told him without telling.
In the words of Movie Guy's verse friend John Oliver, I didn't know it to be true. I didn't know it for a fact. I just knew it to be true.
Yeah, that's well said.
Right. So almost immediately after they start to spill these beans, you kill another dragon. That was a huge moment.
That was big.
Was that big? That was huge. Huge.
Yeah, this is
they killed Jon's dragon. They killed Jon's dragon.
Well, that dragon was a little slow too. Had some hold and swing, but I mean, again, you had this upswing because it looked like it was like the wing was healing a bit too. Like you looked like it was in better shape and things were looking up. So also with that healing of the wing, I would imagine that their time skipping was just like there's still a lot of time that was passed, but they're just kind of obviously.
Yeah, I mean they've got a lot to tell us in a very short amount of time, and they've been much more loose on time in the last 2 to 3 seasons than they had been previously, because they knew they had years, and now they've got weeks to tell us the story.
Yeah, D&D teleports, man.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, and then so they kill a dragon, and we get to another strategy session, and
real quick, do you
Sure.
buy Euron being able to just kind of shoot that dragon so easily like that?
Boy, no, but also yes. Bronn is great with a sword, and he tried to shoot the dragon in a previous episode in a previous season,
right?
And failed, but he's great with a sword. Euron is a much better overall warrior than Bronn ever could have been.
And
he's seen more shit.
The Ballista 2.0 as well, too.
Yes,
he gets the upgraded.
He gets the thing that they failed with, and then the new Hand of the Queen has upgraded. He's taken the information and made it better.
Yeah, so that's the other big part is that, well, obviously, people are fighting in the north. Cersei's building up the shit, preparing real hard. So this is quite exciting here, too. We're building up towards this bigger fight. We have this big action scene of these boats just getting decimated by those arrows, by those ballistas. And that was a pretty cool scene, too. Again, more people seem to just magically survive now, and including Melisandre, I guess. Is that what it is?
Who gets captured, and that's a big part of the episode. She gets captured there.
So, apparently, I don't know, I didn't, people were talking like she was a bigger character. I thought, why the people in the north care if Melisandre was captured?
Nobody in the north does, but people that watch the show do.
Yeah, but they're just including her in the character, and it's, it just feels out of character for most characters to be like, okay, and or to not react that way. So
so we jump back to Winterfell, and you see Jaime who is receiving this information, and he's absolutely torn. Sansa has a moment with him where she basically says, I wish I could have been there when they killed your sister. And he knows what's about to happen, and he goes about his day. He's in love with Brienne, but he obviously, his allegiance has been and always will lie with Cersei, even though he tried. He tried, and I'm a little disappointed in Jaime because I felt him to be the hero of the whole series.
Sure. I can
He,
kind of see that because he had such an amazing arc, but apparently this arc ain't over, baby. We got a little bit more to go.
yeah, we definitely do, and I sort of thought that there was going to be something good that happened with him, and they went right back to him being a dick.
Always
And,
go back to the one you love,
yeah,
man. The first one.
Right. Yeah. So we don't know where Jaime's at. We know he's on his way to King's Landing. We don't know what's about to happen to him. Although I would assume, based upon the preview we got for the next episode, he shows up a little later, or finds his way through the Mudgate and helps Cersei somehow. But we get Dany, who shows up at King's Landing with a very small army and one dragon.
This is just a kind of a piece of welcome wagon, right? She's just kind of showing up, which apparently they said that some Unsullied and some Dothraki survived this bullshit. So we're rolling with that, I guess, now. But but they're just there to try to see if they can make the attempt, you know?
Yes. Yeah, and they...
Seems silly. Like it feels like a perfect time for a trap for Cersei, you know, but...
Yeah. And, I think Cersei shows... This is the perfect arc for Cersei right here. Okay, so we get to the end of the episode, and we get Melisandre and all these giant... I don't know, what would you call them?
The ballistas.
The ballistas,
or
yeah.
What did they call them, like a scorpion or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. They're the scorpions. So we get Scorpion 2.0, and there's a dozen of them on the wall for King's Landing. We finally get back to King's Landing. Excuse me. And we get Melisandre and all the characters up on the wall versus Tyrion, who sort of walks up and he basically says, I know that you're pregnant because Jaime told me you're pregnant, which Euron should be able to hear. So we're going to see some drama in the next episode or so, the coming episodes, because in this episode, she told Euron that it's your baby.
Yeah.
I'm pregnant, it's your kid. And there's no way for Tyrion to have known unless Jaime knew. And if Jaime knew, then obviously it's not Euron's.
Or, again, it could just be that Euron is accepting that Cersei is just acting. She seems to like to just tell everyone that she's pregnant, so she's using it to kind of, But either way, it's an exposing move.
And Euron being more selfish than anything, I wonder if he's going to put two and two together and sort of run away.
Well, we'll see. It's one of those fucking weird things where the likelihood of a goddamn pirate winning the Iron Throne could be a thing.
This show is one of those types of shows.
Well, this is where you had George R. R. Martin talking about how he wanted to have some sort of bittersweet thing where it was like a plight to coming back to the Shire type of thing, where you had to fight again. You thought everything was going to be good when you get back home, but it keeps on fucking coming. This seems to be the next step. They're coming back home to King's Landing, and it's just going to be a fucking mess. Where did I find fucking some gossip thing where it was Emilia Clarke. Jesus, I'm freaking that up. But where she was reacting to people being about like, oh, that fucking long winter night wasn't the greatest episode. She's like, oh no, episode 5 is what you gotta wait for.
She does. Yeah, I wanted to bring that up. She had said literally exactly what you're saying. People had been bringing it up to her, and it was in an interview in an interview.
There you go.
Me, sorry, I got it out. In an interview, and she sighs and says, quote, episode 5 is bigger.
Yeah. So
we didn't know it, and I'm so sorry for the internet. Like, the internet is great, but in so many other ways, because you have so many dozens of people coming at you, it's hard to not reveal what is about to come. And these people who do this show are so great at not revealing anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, breaking that contract, man. You don't want to.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much money involved, and they know it, and they can't tell us. They know it.
A lot of them had said that they don't watch like on Sundays. They just go away. They just turn off their phones and do other things. It's like their no tech day. I think a few of them have said that. Besides just the writers themselves, I think that a lot of them cast is just like, yeah, Sunday nights we just turn off the phones and wait till Monday morning.
Which, if you don't follow Sophie Turner on social media, you need to, because she just gets drunk with her husband and then live tweets and Instagrams all the things that are happening, and it just makes you so happy. It just makes me happy.
I think this was a really good episode for Sansa. This really showed that listen, like, she is loyal to the North, and bitch, you can't have it. So there comes to a point where I think she's toyed with the idea of, I'll play nice if whoever's taking the throne, if they can just let me chill in the North and do this. But if not, we're gonna have a problem. So she's showing a lot of good character here, a lot of Stark character here, and I like her character a lot. Arya and the Hound, we didn't talk about them, and they seem to be going on their little side quests right now.
Yep.
So, are they setting themselves up to jump out the goddamn shadows again? Is that what's going to happen? Is that we're just like, oh yeah, we're on our way now, and then we're not going to see them until episode 6?
Yeah, I think the two of them, they spent the bulk of 3 seasons together.
Yeah.
So the two of them traveling together is apropos. Can we do predictions, or is this not the episode to do predictions?
We might as well do fucking predictions. It seems like anything goes right now. So I mean, go ahead, because if you're talking about, hold on, before you do predictions, we have to talk about the previews that we saw in the next scene, because I'm quite sure I saw Golden Army in the trailer for the.
Absolutely, you did.
For the next scene.
We didn't see any elephants, but we did see the Golden Army.
Still holding out. Company. We might get that, but we got to see some of that army, because I don't know where the hell they are at right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you got some predictions, please let
I do. Man. I do. So, bold prediction, proven to be wrong, in the words of another great show. I kind of think Cersei's going to win now.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think of all people who's going to survive, her and Tyrion may be the two that survive. And somehow, some way, Tyrion turns it around and saves the realm. Varys convinces, behind the scenes, convinces Tyrion to save the realm. And Dany dies and Cersei dies and Tyrion sits on the Iron Throne.
Ooh. You don't think that Varys might kill Tyrion?
No, he doesn't have it in him. He's a manipulator. He's not an actor. He's a manipulator.
Well, he can manipulate somebody to do it. He alluded to him drinking a lot. You've been drinking a lot, so maybe you'll get poisoned same way. Wouldn't that be kind of sweet or blissful, just because Tyrion was accused of poisoning Joffrey himself too? So,
well, yeah, I had said previously in private conversations with my sister, and she and I text literally the entire episode, and then we talk for an hour plus every Sunday about theories. And I had said, I think either one of the two following scenarios. Either Jaime dies saving Tyrion, or Tyrion dies saving Jaime. Which, following this episode, I now think the latter, that Tyrion, of the two possible scenarios, Tyrion dies saving Jaime, which does surpass what I just said about Tyrion sitting on the Iron Throne. But I think somehow, some way, Cersei overcomes all of it and still sits on the Iron Throne. Somehow, some way. And if it's bittersweet, you kill everybody but 2 or 3 of the main characters in this next episode, being Jon, Dany, and Cersei. And they figure it out in the next episode.
All right, I have a good prediction for you. this is an original here. How about that? This next battle is fought hard with heavy loss. Okay, and you just have this kind of broken company, this government in shambles, and everyone's just kind of
Sure.
confused, just as they were in Winterfell after all this had happened. People were just like, well, who's making in commands around here? I want. How about this? If it's gonna be bittersweet, Cersei does in fact lose, but again, taking down a whole bunch with her. Dany does win, but I feel, what if like Jon has to kill Dany because she's becoming much more like a tyrant. We're seeing her become this person that she was trying to defend against, and this is kind of a Targaryen thing because it happened with her brother as well, right? Obviously, and her
Mhm.
father too. So this is it could be something that is the challenge that was there all along. Like, this is, you need to kill her because she's just lost it, and even though
Mhm.
that she won, she feels more deserving and empowered now. And who better to kill her than Jon Snow? And then because of that, he would then be obligated to take the throne because he's has it, and he didn't want to. He didn't want to, but he had to kill Dany.
Going on that, at the risk of going along here, and I'll end it
I
after this.
I appreciate the
I'll-
yes and thank you.
Yeah. I'll end it after this. What if Jon, having never wanted any of the crowns he's received, from being Lord of the Night, Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, King of the North, and then the rightful born heir to the Iron Throne, what if Dany wins? And there's sort of an inner conflict, and because he loves her so much, he forgoes or forgives all crowns, all rightful heir, and goes back to the Black, as not as Jon Snow, but as Aegon Targaryen, and goes back and becomes the next Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, oversees them rebuilding the wall. There is no threat, but he just sort of goes away. It's like going into the woods and living your days as what was that Robert Redford movie where he lived in the woods with the Native American wife? Oh God, I forget the name of it. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't at me. Don't at me. Please don't at me. Oh, it's like John Jacobs or something like that. I forget it. He kills a bear in somebody else's house. Anyway, it's a great movie.
Sounds like a great movie.
Yeah, it is. Robert Redford's fantastic. But anyway, so if Eric, if you have nothing left to say, I'd like to end the show.
Well, yeah, sure. Listen, all predictions aside, I mean, like, anything is up in the air, but hopefulness. I want. God damn it, Brand. Give me something, because if this is just going to be like, okay, well, we just saved the backup, I'm going to be disappointed in that shit. I really am. I want just a little bit more, something. Just make it one line. I don't even care. Just, give me some sort of closure with his shit here, okay? Because gone too far, and he's too much to just be ignored on this part. I'm excited to see that. We didn't talk about the Clegane Bowl. Confirmed, all but confirmed,
that's gonna
basically
happen.
right
That's
here.
gonna happen. Yeah,
So-
we're gonna get that.
So that's probably going to be, that might be episode 5 if it's going to be big. I mean, like, we're going to see, and it better not disappoint either, because again, if you think so, they're moving. They're moving quick, and it's hard to keep your faith with a lot of the characters. We only got one death out of this episode here, and I think people are kind of wanting to be like, we want some bigger deaths here, and make them surprising here. Let's put a little pizzazz on it, Game of Thrones. I want to see these people go out fucking quick sometimes.
So my sister literally just texted me a great point, and I'll end the show after this. She literally said, if not the wall, which she's watching the show, so if not the wall, he might go up with the wildlings and live with them. That's a great theory. I've never heard anybody say that.
Go back to Ghost, right?
Kudos to my sister for that one. That is actually probably the most plausible theory I've heard since Game of Thrones. Since this thing has been on, since we've done this for the last 2 years.
You're right. During that goodbye scene, they were talking about how he does belong in the North,
did.
right?
They absolutely did. Good for her. I'm so proud of that. That's absolutely brilliant. So I'll end the show on that. Don't forget to join us every single Sunday for the next what do we got? 2 weeks left.
Two
We got 2 weeks left. 2 weeks until the series finale of Game of Thrones. Holy crap. We're in for something next week. Everybody, get your Chromecast ready because I may cry on air if what I think is going to happen happens. So again, everybody, we are Movie Guys Podcast at Movie Guys Pod on both Instagram and Twitter, at Movie Guys Podcast on Facebook. We are live every single Wednesday night with a new film review. And of course, every single Sunday from now until the next 2 weeks for Game of Thrones. Check our archives for every episode of Game of Thrones for this season and previous seasons. And we've done a bazillion movies up to this point. We're working on now our third and a half year. Thank you so much for watching. We've had great feedback, and I can't wait to watch next episode, Eric. From now until next Sunday, Valor Morgulis, everybody. Have a great week.